Friends, welcome to AlgoWays. So today we are going to discuss a very important topic on crude oil option trading and one major concern there. So what is the advantage of crude oil trading after 3:30 p.m. is that we will not be needing any extra margin. We will be able to use the same idle margin of NSC which has closed at 3:30. So that is a major edge. So we are utilizing we are putting the idle margin at work. But there are certain limitations of crude oil options trading, and one major concern is slippage. So basically, what is slippage? First I will show you some live deployments and how they have performed and what the slippage is meaning. So let me go to some live deployments. So these are some live deployments on one of AlgoWays strategy. If you see here the counters, this is live auto. You will see profits ranging from 1000 minus 1500, 1100, 1600, like that. For others also, if you see, you will see profit 860 also, you will see profit of 1480 also. I will explain how it is. You will see the profit of 1720 as well. This is at 2x. You will see profit of 3100 also. You will see profit of 2000 as well. A different kind of profits. So what happens generally in this particular trade, I have kept 1500 rupees as booking on the counter, profit booking. Okay. So the system sends the order when the PNL in that particular deployment reaches to 1500. Now you will see here that there is a profit booked at 860 rupees. So what does it mean? Basically, the TradeTron has sent the exit order when the profit in this particular counter reached at 1500. But during the execution, it got booked at 860 rupees. So you will see here nearly 640 rupees as slippage. Why this happens? Because the order gets executed at a very high price than the available when the profit reached 1500 rupees. Okay. There are certain cases as well, but they are very few. Like in this particular counter, the client got 1700 instead of 1500. So he has a positive slippage. But because the volumes are less and liquidity is less in crude, or for that matter in any contract of MCX, there is highly likely that you will always get the negative slippage. So you see generally for 1500 target, people will get 900 to 1000 rupees booked in their respective counters. So there is a slippage of around 500 rupees for sure. So how it is happening? Let me just take an example of market depth. See, if you open the market depth of any particular script, in this case I am taking 7000 call of October month in crude oil. So you will find these particular information here. What is the bid price? Bid price means the buyers where he has kept his limit order, and offer price is the seller where he has kept he wants to sell at 437. There are two quantity, and there is a 435 by bid with one quantity. Now what happens in algo trading, when you place the order, you will place it in two ways, either market order or a limit order, but then we have to revise the limit order and do the multiple tries with a defined gap of time frame, say 10 seconds or 12 seconds, like that. But and the number of tries also are defined, and if all those tries fail, then the system will convert that order into a market order, and it will go at a bid price whichever is available best. So in this case it will be 435. So if somebody is trying to sell say 7,000 CE and he places the order with present market depth, he will get a sell order at 435. Okay, similarly, he will get for PE also. You can consider the same kind of market depth for that as well. Now, what happens like in algo trading? See, my strategy has got some 10 deployments, or it increases when the NSC closes. So, when the signal comes, it will try to send all the orders of those 10 or 12 deployments at one go. Say 10 deployments, maybe having around, some have 2x also, around say 25 loads. So the order will be sent to sell for all the clients put together for 25 loads. Now you imagine the first order, the deployment which gets the first execution, he will sell at 435. His sell rate will be 435 as I mentioned here. The next deployment will get the order at 434 sold, 434.2. Got my point? And the LTP we can say suppose is 435 right now. Okay, when this market depth was made. Now next, uh, say here two loads will get sold. Here one load will get sold because the quantity available for the bid price is here. Now, because the order has already gone to the exchange, 25 loads, now it will again for the next load, third load onwards, it will sell at 433. So this process will continue till all the execution, all the orders are filled. So imagine when 25th load is filled for some particular client, unlucky client basically I will say, his execution could be around 420. And of course, due to market crude oil future prices, the LTP has to come back. The LTP will be 420 also for momentarily, and it will come to 435 if crude has not moved. So what is the LTP? 435. Let us say here. Let us say after all execution also, let us assume that the 433 is the LTP now. Now you will see that the execution is this. The LTP is again back to this. So what will be the loss or profit for the particular client is his sold rate minus the LTP, because we are doing the option selling. So 200, let me put it in quantity also here, into 100. So he will be in profit after all the executions because he got sold at 435. LTP is 433 now, and his profit will be 200 like that. So now you will see that one deployment is in profit of 200, one deployment is profit on 120. There is some unlucky deployment who got executed last in the 25 loads. His starting PNL will be minus 1,300, and it happens practically. I have seen it number of times. Okay, so this will be his loss. So this is very big actually. If the order goes like that and the volumes and the liquidity is less, then this kind of slippages to start the trade itself is available. So now what you will see, the option rate has to move at least till 420 for this particular last deployment to be at zero rate, zero profit. By that time, this particular client will always book 1,500. So that is how it is different for different deployments as I have shown you. So it becomes completely, because we cannot do the timing right ourselves, so it becomes completely open to market and at market's mercy. So this is one the drawback because of the low volume. It is not like in NSC where you will have a spread of 1 or 2 points. No, it may have the spread up to, let's say, suppose we are going up to 10 depths, so it will have the difference of around 15 to 20 points as well. This difference in the bid and offer varies during the month as well. Like say, when we started on 16th, was the first day of 16th September, was the first day for October series expiry. So on that particular day, the spread could be the best spread could be say 430 and 440. So 10 rupees spread. And this is for one particular CE. If you consider PE also, all these numbers will get doubled. Okay. So this is a very dangerous situation and we have to deal with this. We have to accept this and we have to take precautions. We cannot take too many precautions, but we can take certain precautions to minimize the damage. Now, if on 16th September this contract started, it could be 10 rupees as well sometimes, but generally it is 3 to 4 rupees, 434, which is acceptable because the LTP will be somewhere around 432, 431, and we are executing at 430. So 2-3 rupees slippage I accept from the LTP. It's okay. Now on 25th September, say I'm just taking random figures, this spread will be better. So this particular, say I am assuming that the market is at again at 7,000 and we are at LTP. So this could be around 350. This could be around 352. So as we go along the month, when we move towards the expiry, this spread becomes better because volume also increases and the spread gets nearer to each other. So there are less chances of slippages. Say suppose we are on 5th October and again assuming that the crude is at again 7,000. So this could be around 250, this could be around 251 and so on. So as we go along the month and towards the expiry, the slippages, the spread gets better for the execution, volumes also increases. Okay. So in this now, what precautions can be taken? Let me just put those precautions here. The precaution number one is, as the volumes are very less. Why volumes I am saying very less? Because I tried to do some data mining on this, on crude oil contracts, but unfortunately in MCX website also, they don't have data for call and put options. If you see here, no data is available. What are the volume and what not? Okay, during the market, we can definitely find out what are the volumes done till now. But the number of contracts in options is in hundreds, not in thousands. So limited volumes are there. So first precautions what we can take is that we, as of now, till the volumes increases and it becomes more liquid, it will definitely become more liquid because the interest is coming in because of high margin requirement for MCX. The interest level is coming. Another reason for interest in crude oil option is the volatility. Because now if you see the kind of volatility, the crude falls or rises within seconds or within minutes by 200, 300 points. Okay. So in that scenario, it is very difficult to trade the crude oil futures profitably. So people are heading towards the options to handle this kind of volatility. So the volume will definitely increase and it is increasing. You will see certain number of messages from MCX boasting about the options volumes in commodities or especially the crude oil. Okay, so the first precautions what we can take is that we should not deploy multiple multipliers. See, we should deploy only 1x per deployment. Suppose somebody deploys 2x. I have certain examples in my all deployed portfolio strategies that a guy who has deployed 2x, who deployed 1x, after execution, his profit or loss was around 400. So his slippage was 400. The guy who deployed at 2x, his PNL was minus 2300 immediately after execution. because he definitely got filled here. His order got filled near here, downside. 7, 8, 10 rupees difference. And because we were two orders, two loads, maybe one got filled at 433, other got filled at 420. So his average rate will be around 426. So around 10, 12 rupees difference from the others. So that is why his loss was minus 2300. So when he is starting trade, his starting PNL itself is minus 2300. Now you can imagine how the market has to be favorable for him to make him come to zero and then make profit. And then when he books profit, again there will be slippage. So you will see how difficult it becomes in such case to make profit. So my advice will be that we do 1x deployment first of all. If somebody wants to do multiple deployments, what he should do? He should do multiple deployments. Deployment 1 like this, and he should put 1x in all. Right? So all the orders will not go in at the same moment. I think in the microsecond or second, it will not go in the same moment. So his average execution sell rate will be much better than what it would have been with multiple multipliers. See, we are not in a position as of now to put higher multipliers as we can do in NSE. See, in NSE, I am doing one strategy in Nifty also with 120x. Of course, because of limitation of the orders, we cannot do. We have to tranche it and all. But 120x also, because the liquidity is very good in the Nifty options, especially, we can do 120, 200x as well. But in crude oil, okay, we have to have a single deployment for 1x and then have a second deployment or third deployment if you want to do the multiple deployments. Now, if you do 2x deployment and you start with minus 2300, it will be much better that if you do the multiple deployments and have a better starting P&L. Of course, for deploying multiple strategies, you may need, in place of retail plan, you may need retail plus, or in place of starter plan, you may need retail plan. But it is worth. The difference between the retail plan, which is at 1200 rupees, and the retail plus is at 5500 rupees, difference is hardly 1200. And you see here, when you do it in the same higher deployments, you are losing start away 2300. So which is much better, much worse than the paying for extra 1200 per month for the higher subscriptions, higher strategy subscriptions. So this is first precautions. Let me write it. Use 1x deployment for higher volumes. Deploy multiple 1x deployments. This is the first precautions. Number two is something like it is best that everybody runs his own strategy, the strategy from his own trade prone, his account with a different timing. Of course, this is something which can be discussed one-to-one. We cannot further discuss it here. So he will have the complete isolated deployment with completely isolated time, which others will not know. So his slippage will be the minimal. The third point is, second one, let me write it, coming from individual PT account. Third one is, like suppose you have got a deployment done at 3:30, the strategy is active, and suppose it's a time-based entry like in Crude 3, and Crude 4 and 5 are not time-based entry. They are basically based on the indicator. So it's like in Crude 3, we know that the entry will happen at 15:45 p.m. What you do, that you may deploy your strategy whatever time you want to, you keep it deployed throughout the day, because the entry anyway will not happen before 15:45. So what you do is you post the strategy at 3:30. And you know that the strategy will enter at 15:45. So after 15:45, at your convenient time, okay, say at 15:47 or 15:50 or even 1400, sorry, 1500, 1600, that is 4 p.m. You activate your strategy from pause to click on start and click on reactivate. So what will happen in this case? The people deployed on this strategy with 25 loads in total, they will have execution at different time, because the uh, two clients will definitely not start and reactivate their strategy on the very particular seconds of the time. No, there will be some gap. So all the 25 orders will go at different time in terms of minutes and seconds after 15:45. So everybody will have the different time execution, and his slippage will be avoided. So in this, of course, one need to be active on retron, and as per his choice, we cannot do that. We cannot time it basically. So after 45, 15:45, at any time, 15:50, you can decide your own 15:50, 15:55, or 1600. That is 4 p.m. or even 16:05. 4:05 वहां भी कर सकते हैं, आप अपना टाइम डिसाइड कर लीजिए, but don't delay it more than 20 minutes from the actual start time. So if this order will go in a staggered manner like this, it will help everybody. Okay. And I am also planning to create multiple strategies of the same logic and allow not more than 5 loads, 5 clients on a particular deployment. Of course, it will increase my cost because I have to go for the higher return plans to create, say, multiple 10 strategies on the same logic with different time, so that the order will go in a scattered manner, which is very important in case of MCX trading. So these are the 3 precautions which we can take. Of course, I have already advised not to deploy 2x or 3x, but still one of known person from TradeProne has asked me to do the trenching. I have done the trenching with 10 seconds gap of 25% quantity, but it will not help much actually. Okay, though it has been done to avoid any accidental bad slippage, but still I prefer that you reactivate your strategy within 20 minutes. Define your time that my time is 15:47. So you will activate daily your strategy 15:47. Somebody can decide 15:51. So in this way, it is highly unlikely that the timing of the two people will match. Okay. So in that case, all the 25 orders will go in a different time in this parent manner, and they will get the better rate. Now imagine if 25 loads order is going at one go, this will be disaster, as I explained here. This one. See the kind of PNLs we will get. So this is the most important precautions. The precaution number 2 is the best, but of course it needs to be discussed individually. You can contact me for that. And these precautions also has to be taken. See, the crude oil trading in options is definitely profitable. And what precautions further we have taken as a strategy maker, that we have made the strategy in such a way, yes, it of course has the adjustments, the repairs, but the number of repairs and the adjustments has been avoided, because your slippage is directly proportional to the number of repairs, entries, exits you do, because every execution will have the slippage. So we have taken at the strategy level that precaution that even to handle a wide range of the market of say 400 points range, we have taken the strategy in such a way that strategy remains profitable, as well as the number of adjustments and the repairs are very less. So these precautions we have taken, the trenching precautions we have taken. The other 3 precautions which is mentioned here and explained, it may not be mentioned in a very systematic manner in text, but I have explained all the 3 precautions which can be taken very clearly. So these 3 precautions has to be taken at client's end. And Definitely, the profitability is quite huge in MCX options. We can, even with this kind of slippages and with this kind of market moves in crude oil, that is 400, 500 points daily range, even in live deployments with slippages, we are able to make 3 to 4% net profit on this. I will come back with another video about the expenses on crude oil options trading, because there is misconception there as well among the deployers, that how much is the expenses and all. We'll make another video. And how is the profit profiling? Like, you will not get the same kind of profit during the entire month. In the initial days of deployment, the profit could be different because of high slippages, because of less decay, and because of so many other factors in the initial period of the expiry. But during towards the expiry, the things will change. But we cannot say that we will not deploy in the start of expiry. No, that is bad practice. Once we have deployed, we should keep it deployed throughout the month, on all the days of expiry. Because if we start choosing the expiry days, then it becomes the manual intervention, and it is highly unlikely that we will end in profit. Because generally, you would have seen, when you try to time the days and the time during the day, and decide that I will activate this time, I will not activate that time, ultimately we end in taking the losses trades always, and we will most likely miss the profitable trades. So, guys, these are the three precautions on crude oil trading. I will again insist and emphasize that the crude oil trading is definitely profitable with wild movements, and even with high slippages. But yes, what the effort we are making during this video is that to minimize what are the inefficiencies of the options trading. So all these inefficiencies, if we can control, we cannot zero them, but we can definitely control, and maybe make more profit than we are presently doing. That's it, guys. If you like the content of this video, you are requested to subscribe and like the video. And when you subscribe, please press the bell icon so that my next video intimations also reaches you. And if you feel that you have a circle, please circulate the video link within your circle, so that people who are really interested, they get some benefit from these contents. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot, guys.